Hi everyone, I'm Namita Jain, a wellness specialist and author and an alumna of Sydenham College. I am thrilled to welcome Ronnie Screwvala on the Sydenham Alumni Interview Series. Ronnie, you are an inspiration. I mean, look at you, you've diversified into so many areas, from media entertainment, into education, into you do social service, you're an author, and I've been trying to read, but I can't even get so many things that you do. What has been your motivation to diversify into so many areas of business?
So firstly, just want to say hi to everyone. I think, school days and college days are your fondest memories.
Absolutely.
And I think that is something that doesn't leave you for 30 years, 40 years, 50 years.
Right.
I'm always something where memories and knowledge are two things. You can go bankrupt, you can have failures in life, but these two things nobody takes from you. And I think that's very important to
Absolutely.
To all our colleagues and our alumni there too.
Absolutely.
The second one I'd like to correct.
Yes.
I don't want to be this,
Yes.
I do so many things. I think for the first part of my innings, I was a first generation
Right.
entrepreneur, and I got into media quite surreptitiously.
Yes.
And when I exited that, I still wanted to do something with impact.
Yes.
People think media is not an impactful sector and it's
Yes.
much more entertainment, but actually it influences people's lives.
Absolutely.
And I think when I looked at learning, skilling, workforce development
Yes.
and education with Upgrad, which is what
Yes.
we're doing right now, I think the same connect is there with
Yes.
impact.
Yeah.
So, ironically, Upgrad for us is a for-profit,
Yes.
but we have a large not-for-profit called the Swades Foundation.
Yes.
And there I'd just like to share, I started our foundation almost when I was 22.
Right.
So I think for people who think you need to have money in the bank or have grey hair and
Yes.
then only can you give back, I think that message is changing with the youth of today. So I think
Yes.
that's very, very important. So the not-for-profit that we do is very
Yes.
different from our for-profit. And these are my two core activities right now.
Okay.
And my sleeves are all rolled up to here. Because I think for me, to go back to your original question of
Yes.
what's my excitement and what
Yes,
turns me
yes.
on and where do I get the energy from, I think it's just everything that you do. I think I've been
Right.
extremely blessed
Right.
that almost everything I've taken up, I've enjoyed. So it's
Right.
been much more that joy rather than just as a business. So I think that's worked out very well.
You know, a lot of startups are looking for inspiration. Is there any message that you would like to give them?
No, I think, messages for a lot of people, I would say with startups, watch out. Advice is very personal. Find people who are going to get hard to ask you hard questions. But
Yes.
just getting advice from people is not really. But to me, I think if you're out there to start something on your own, I
Right.
would say you have to first be clear you're going to stick it out.
Right.
Because if I'd made a deal, which I started off at that
Yeah.
time when entrepreneurship was not so big with my dad, that says, why don't you try it out, otherwise go out and do your CA,
Yeah.
do your MBA, I would have
Yes.
stopped. Because the first 2 years, you're not going to taste success. The beauty is you always first taste failure, then you taste success.
Yes.
So I think sticking it out is going to be most
Yes.
important.
Yes.
And I think in today's generation, everyone looks for funding as almost a entitlement.
Right.
Like, I want to start, but I haven't got the backing. And I'm saying,
Correct.
why do you need the backing?
Yes.
Your self-confidence has to be the backing.
Yes.
So I would say for anyone who wants to start up, you got to stick with it
Right.
and drop all sense of entitlement.
Great message. Sydenham College, has that impacted your journey of life?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it has. As I
Yeah.
said, fond memories on
Yes.
one side,
Yes.
but it's also the fundamental part. And I'll tell you, ironically, the circle of life for me,
Yes.
specifically from Sydenham, Dr. Indushani used to teach at our college in commerce
Yes.
when I was there in Sydenham. And the whole circle of life repeated, where one fine day, I think 4 or 5 years back, she
Yes.
called me and said, we're running an education institution, but we're looking at getting a license to open a university.
Yes.
Will you come and join hands
Yes.
with us? So it's been a really lovely experience that someone who I used to look up to and used to teach me in Sydenham
Yes.
College then came back to me in my education journey.
Yes.
And we have jointly have Atlas Skill Tech University, which has 6,100 students at the Bandra complex.
That's
That's
absolutely
just one,
awesome.
one anecdote of many.
That's amazing. What do you do to relax? What is your wellness mojo?
Actually, I make
Yeah.
movies.
Oh,
I make movies to
To relax,
I think
that's
some people play
awesome.
golf, as I keep
Yeah,
saying,
yeah.
I make movies.
Okay.
It is. I think, see, relaxation is normally means
Right.
that distraction also is
Right.
a relaxation.
Right, absolutely.
So I think if you're really having a bad day, if you walk out in the
Yeah.
middle of the afternoon, go play a squash game and come
Yeah,
back,
yes.
you're going to be relaxed because you can't play squash unless you're so focused on it.
Right.
So to me, if you can switch off and be equally focused on something else,
Right.
that's relaxation.
Right.
It can be a hard game of squash, it can be swimming,
Right.
or it can be making movies. So I think that's what I do.
I think that's a fantastic takeaway for all of us. Thank you so much, Ronnie,
Thank you.
for being on this video. Thank you.
Thank you.